What's going on, guys? It's Ricky with TechBud Solutions. So I hope you guys are all having an amazing day. I really just wanted to break down a couple stocks that I see value in, and that's really just it. These are some stocks during pre-market hours that we were looking at. Some have gone through earnings reports, some have not. And I wanted to talk about two different stocks and why it's so important, I think, for people to lock in profits. If you guys have seen or watched any of my previous, videos within the past week, because it is, earnings season, I really wanted to make it clear on how important it is to lock in profits. I've continuously talked about it within the TechBud Solutions group chats, and I hope that you guys, saw value in it and were able to cover your profits. Let me go ahead and give you guys an example. First of all, this is a stock that we were talking about when it came down to our Q&A chat for the mentorship group yesterday, and trying to check to see, if the previous resistance that it had going on around $19 was going to become a new support. So that's really why it is that I have it there. Let's go ahead and talk about GoPro. So if we look at GoPro, let me give you guys an example on why it is that I think that it dropped. So I had a previous support at $9, and there was a trend that I really liked that was going on, and ever since then I called it out when it was around $9 and $9.30. I called it out for one of the top stocks this week as I saw it being able to cover and make new highs. I told you guys also, because of its earnings the day before, that I would consider locking in profits. And a lot of our traders actually did. And it was because it was at a resistance at $10.50. Easiest way that I can put it is it had nonstop green days from its initial support that it had at $9. Does that make sense? So by the time that it had its earnings, based on the previous 10 days, it was a little bit overpriced based on where it was currently previously priced at. So right after its earnings report, ended up dropping or popping up to like highs of 1080, and then ended up pulling all the way back down to 905. During pre-market hours, it hit highs of $10, but then right now it's trending right around 980, 970. This thing, I think, showed very similar trends like AMD. AMD, right before its actual earnings report, was almost at a 52-week high. It did previously hit highs of 1507 or 1570, but when it came down to the past 90 days, even the past 30 days, it was definitely way overpriced in my opinion. So when it actually hit earnings, and although it did actually hit its price target and exceed it, its guidance was a little bit off, and then therefore led to a huge sell-off, which offers great opportunity for people that see value in AMD in the current price it is right now. And I'll be sure to follow up with this one within 1 to 2 weeks to see where it ends up recovering at. But again, right before its earnings, I felt like it was way overpriced. Therefore, when its earnings is reported, due to if the demand necessarily isn't there, then that's what can cause these huge sell-offs as well. And let me just get a little bit closer. One of the things that I think that based on what happened with AMD, that can happen as well with GPRO or GoPro, is that market hasn't opened yet, right? There's about 9 minutes until the market does actually open. Therefore, this previous close price was around $10.67. I think that because people are going to be down a little bit over, they're not down more than 10% anymore. But yesterday, after market hours, they were down more than 10%. I think a lot of people are going to start, cutting losses, and not everyone is going to see value in GoPro because of the huge sell-off. So one of the things that I'm going to be waiting for is to see if we can get a pullback down to $9, or if it could even break below $9 as it continues to sell off. One of the biggest things that I want to take as a precaution is like AMD. AMD did not actually finish dropping or settling down until 2 to 3 days later. And what I mean by that is, if we do a 10-day analysis and its initial earnings call, it had a previous support at 1050. As the market opened, it had sell-off, 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 and then sell-off. And then for the past 2 days, it's been consolidating and holding at about 1050. And this is why we've been talking about that there's a potential sign for a reversal. It's starting to show signs of a consolidation, and we would like this thing to start actually now trending up. And it makes sense, right? All the hype is dying out with AMD. Well, now it's very present when it comes down to the actual, when it comes down to GoPro, because of the earnings report being so relevant. So pretty much all I would like to say is to be cautious. Be sure to, let GoPro kind of settle out. And if you see that it's still dropping, then there's no indication for an uptrend, right? So I'm going to set my alert to see if it could actually break above $10. I'm considering GoPro as only a day trade as of now and not necessarily a swing trade because of how unstable I think that it will be. But yeah, that's really just it. So just wanted to call that out. Another one that the group found that I found very interesting was, let's look at Tesla on a 180-day analysis. If you could see Tesla after its earnings report dropped down to lows of 300. So right now during pre-market hours, it's at lows of 302.36. Let me tell you why this is one I see a lot of value in. Looking at a 180-day analysis, do you guys see the previous support that it had at 300, 300, 300, 300? Does it mean 100% that it won't drop below 300? No, it does not mean that whatsoever. All it means is that this is a previous support level. This is why it's been consolidating at 300. And what is it that I'm waiting for? Well, I'm waiting for an uptrend. I mean, I'd be willing to buy in right now just because, realistically, I don't think there's any question that Tesla will recover. It's just a matter of patience and a matter of time that we have to give Tesla for it to make up the majority of the margin that it lost. Does that mean that I'm going to wait till it recovers to 380 and try to cover this 20% potential for profit that it offers? No, but I think for someone that isn't very active when it comes down to investing and wants to see a decent return of maybe 10 to 20% within a couple of months. I don't think Tesla is far-fetched for it to show this type of potential. We just have to wait for that confirmation of that uptrend. So what is it that I'm going to do? I'm going to set my alert for the when it breaks above 310, and I'll be sure to keep the team up to date. I'm also going to set my alert to see if it drops below 300, as I'd love to love to know if the support is broken. Then it's time to look for another one. So therefore, that is why I'm going to put it at 300, and boom, there we go. So just wanted to talk to you guys. It's a very simple trend. Low point, the high points. Obviously, it had a huge sell-off because of its, earnings report. Due to that, I think, it's just a matter of time in the news to become a little bit more irrelevant. We'll start seeing signs of consolidation, just like it previously did, and then we'll start seeing that uptrend. I'm going to be waiting for the break above EMA so I can go ahead and capitalize on all the losses that it's experienced within the past couple of months. And I'll make sure that I can, try do my best when it comes down to investing in good quality companies with a solid trend. Just wait for that upward indicator or that upward trend. And I think I'm just going to wait for the break above EMA, which should be around 310. Let's follow up with UGAS real quick. So I'm going to be looking at this on a 10-day analysis. So UGAS now is showing signs of a reversal. It did have a support at $8. So hopefully we can really get true signs of an upward trend. I have all my alerts set. Again, right now I'm just treating UGAS as more as a day trade and not as a swing trade. Why? Because it's been seeing nonstop consistent downtrends. So therefore, DGAS, which is the inverse of UGAS, has continuously been seeing signs of a consistent uptrend. But now this is starting to show signs of a reversal. It did this, a couple days ago as well, and then it still continued to rise. So it really means nothing until we get that confirmation. And the confirmation that I'm waiting for is for DGAS to break below $30. As I know that if it starts to break below $30, it's really starting to break solid support levels, as well as UGAS. One thing that I would like this thing to do is my alerts are right here, $8.50 and $9. That's the confirmation that I'm waiting for. I'd be more than happy to sell at that $10 price point, which is a previous support, which will become a new resistance, 10% potential plus. Therefore, again, guys, you don't need to be day trading all these, extremely volatile stocks. They're extremely risky. Formulate a plan. If your goal is 5 to 10%, a week, that's something that I've been doing very actively with the people within my mentorship group. And it's the return within, our mentorship group and them having a goal and them working towards it and keeping it very simple is very, it just accommodates someone that has a busy schedule. It's something that, a lot of people don't see value in initially because they're like, okay, well, all these people are also making, 5, 10% per trade. Realistically, the people that make, 20 to 50% per trade, the following day can be down 20 to 30%. So therefore, you have to ask yourself, do you want to be a consistent trader, or do you want to be someone that, can make huge gains, but also experiences huge losses? So I think the approach of swing trading and waiting for the signs of confirmation and trading quality stocks and planning out your trade and managing your risk is something that can lead to much more consistent growth. And I think, the people within our mentorship group and lesson library have truly been able to benefit from that specific type of technique that we've been able to utilize. So Yeah, just waiting for the confirmation on this. I think it would make a good day trade if it still continues to trend up. So it offers about 5% potential for a profit until that $9 resistance. So just thought I'd call it out. FEYE had an initial drop because of its earnings. This is one that we talked about yesterday within the mentorship group, and built a support at $14. Hit lows of 1360. Is already showing signs of an uptrend. It's holding above now the EMA and the bottom VWAP indicator, but we want to see at market open if there's a sell-off. If there's a sell-off, again, I'm going to wait for the pullback. But if it starts to rise, then I know, again, I already have all my alerts set for that. AMD also starting to show signs of that consolidation. So really all I'm waiting for is the break above $12. I'm being very conservative with that one before I add more to my position. Looking at JNUG, also showing signs of a reversal. Or consolidation, to say the least. So if we look at a 20-day analysis, nonstop red days, consolidation, and hopefully we can get some pretty good green days to follow and get it back up to $18. Now looking at GoPro, again, we've talked about this one before, huge sell-off, and I have all my alerts set on the lows and the highs. AKS, this one's definitely not playing out like planned. It looks like it's having a lot of consolidation. Big picture, I think that it just takes a matter of time for, it will take a matter of time for AKS to recover. And realistically, if it doesn't end up recovering, I don't think it's far-fetched for us to be able to, a majority of us that ended up trading AKS, I got in at around $5 to $4.50. So I think we still have potential to make some profits on that. Let me go ahead and look at this. There we go. This is why we called out TAL, previous support at 27. We're waiting for the confirmation and the break above 29. FCX, yeah, previous support, previous resistance. Already got the confirmation of that uptrend. So that's why we see value in that one. ESPR, still showing the support at 44, still showing the resistance to be at around $50. That's the target price that I'm aiming for. And then guys, market just opened in 3 seconds. So overall, guys, I hope you guys have an amazing day. Keep it simple. Invest in what you see value in and not what other people are telling you to invest in. It's never a good idea to invest based on other people's opinion. Continue working hard. Continue following your dreams. Let your passion be what drives you in your success. Set your alerts. Wait for the confirmation. Trade quality stocks. And always have a plan to manage your risks. All the links are down in the description if you guys would like to stay connected with our group. What's up, guys? So if you guys want to stay connected with our group, feel free to click the links down in the description. If you guys haven't subscribed already, we'd love to have you as a part of our YouTube community as well. And then if you guys can like the video, we'd definitely really appreciate it. The links are going to be down below so you guys can stay connected to our Facebook group. Over 52,000 members within both the Facebook group and our private group chats. We'd love to be a part of your success. And then if you want to learn a little bit more about my approach when it comes down to investing in the stock market and what has led to my success, that's going to be the first link in the description. And if you guys follow me on Instagram, you guys will be able to see that I'm recently closing on one of my rental properties as well as in one of my supercar deals. So I'm selling my McLaren and my BMW M3, and then I'm closing the deals on one of my condos. Altogether, a little bit over $50,000 worth of profit this month once the deals end up closing. So just wanted to let you guys know, and I'd love to be a part of your success if you'd love to learn a little bit more about it. Again, just click the link. It's the first one, and learn a little bit more about what it is that I do and how I think I can, not only mentor you, but assist you and be a part of your success. Like always, guys, let's make sure that we end the year on a green note. Take care, team.